The message and the tone on point in Bloomington these days. Man, what a great season it was last year for Indiana. First time ever they made it to the Elite Eight. You've heard it 1,000 times already today. All 5 starters are coming back. They won 16 Big Ten games. That was an all-time best. I mean, this is a loaded team with so much talent, like Ali Patberg and Grace Berger, who are here with us at the desk alongside Teri Moren, the head coach. You know, that graphic, Teri, only shows some of the good of what you guys did last year. It was your best year in program history. How do you top it?
Well, go to the Final Four, right?
That's a perfect answer.
Four and win a national championship. That's how you top it. And we said when we left San Antonio, you know, that just fuels us for returning to Bloomington and, as we say in our program, getting back to work.
You had one of my favorite quotes from earlier today. You said, Ali Patberg is back for her 7th year. I swear to God, it's her last year. I'm sure you're tired of jokes about all this, Ali, but serious question. Will your grandchildren be coming to the games this season?
Wow. No, they won't. No, I'm just thankful that I have opportunity to play for IU and Coach Moren again, and I'm truly blessed to be in this position. So I love when people joke about it.
Good. Because if you didn't, I'd be in trouble right now. You could easily beat me up. I'm well aware of it. Grace, what does it mean to the team that she's coming back?
It means everything. Obviously, we all know what she can do on the court. She's a great player, has so many skills, but off the court, she's our leader. She's a great person, and we love having her in the locker room.
Is she the leader of this team?
She has been the leader for every year I've been here, so yes.
I'd like all of you to answer this, because one of the constant themes with watching you guys and talking to you last year was chemistry. Mm-hmm. You at one point said chemistry is winning us games.
Right.
I'm curious, A, how that's possible, and B, why the three of you think you guys have such great chemistry on this team.
Well, I think a couple things. I think it starts with Ali as the point guard and just having relationships with every one of her teammates, right? It's not collectively. I think she understands what buttons to push with Berger, what buttons she should push with Mac, and so on. And I think it starts there. But I think all of us have this love for one another. We're very passionate. We love the game. We want to figure out how to win and be successful. And part of that is chemistry, and we believe in that. We love each other in our locker room, and again, that's what has set us apart, I think.
Yeah, and I think Coach Moren and all the coaches are really intentional about the kinds of kids that they're putting in the program and bringing in the program. So we have a lot of high-character kids in the locker room, and that makes it easy to love each other and just have really good chemistry.
Yeah, and I would say it starts at the top. Coach Moren, she truly cares about every single person in the locker room, and you know, as a leader for our team, I feel like I'm able to love up on everyone just like she does. And so it starts at the top.
Well, that's the thing. Even just before we're on camera, the three of you talking, like, there's a different relationship that you have with your players than other coaches. Why is that?
Because she loves us. She truly loves us. I think, you know, the game is the game, but at the end of the day, I think the person I am, the person Grace is more important when all's said and done. And she knows that the moments that we have on the court, off the floor, are what we're really going to remember. And she tells us that all the time when she played. Those are the memories she remembers the most, and she cherishes those. We do as well.
Let me ask you about a couple things I'm pretty sure you love. Defense.
Right.
Why was this team so good defensively last year?
I think that's just sort of who we are. We hang our hat on that end of that side of the ball. We're tough, we're gritty, we're stingy. You know, we are, I would say by all accounts, pretty vanilla defensively, but at the end of the day, we'll rotate, we'll take charges, we'll get on the floor. We're not afraid of getting our hands dirty, as we say in our program. But it also takes kids like these guys and their teammates that are interested in playing that side of the ball. I mean, they got to believe in that. They believe that has won us games, and that will continue to win us games.
You have so many talented players that could easily be other people up here instead of these two. Let me ask about one of them, Mackenzie Holmes. What did she improve on the most last year?
I think her body, I think her stamina, I think Grace and Ali both would agree. She went home, in COVID and came back 20 pounds lighter. And part of that is because she wanted to stay on the floor longer. And as a freshman, she, we had to give her more breaks. Just physically, she couldn't withstand the pace and how fast we wanted to play. She returned to us 20 pounds lighter and in fantastic shape. And because of that, she's been able to stay on the floor longer for us.
You guys did a lot of good things there, even individually. What is it like watching your teammate get a triple-double?
Incredible. And the first one she got, it was like, that was only her first one. I mean, seriously, because she is that.
Wasn't her last, though.
No, it wasn't. Just because she's so talented, she impacts the game in every aspect, even on the defensive end. And it's just been a joy to watch her come in as a freshman and grow her game. She's put in the work tirelessly, and it's been such an inspiration for me to work even harder. And so it's been a joy to watch her do her.
I would say not 1, 3, right?
Three triple-doubles for Grace last year, everybody.
Which is incredible. And I don't know that. Hopefully, she can outdo it, right? So now we.
If you get only 2 or 3 this year, it's a disappointment to everyone.
Yeah, Grace.
Absolutely. So there's pressure on G. So.
Grace, give me the coolest part about playing in an Elite Eight game.
It's just kind of a surreal experience. You grow up watching Elite Eight, Final Four, so that was always Coach's vision and our vision as players coming into this program, making it that far. But to actually be in the moment, it was just amazing and really surreal.
Yeah. You've been here, what is it, the 8th year, I think?
Going into 8.
Going into the 8th year now. The league is so much better, even from when you got here. What are the reasons behind that?
I think the players, the coach, the coaches, obviously there's a few new faces have been in the 7 seasons that I've been here, but I just think the level of play, the players that, are the coaches, are my colleagues, are recruiting into their own programs, they've just been incredible. And because of that, our level of play is obviously elevated. The games are more exciting than they've ever been. It is, I know yesterday just listening, everybody said it that's been up here, right? It is one, if not the best conference in the country, top to bottom right now in terms of the players that are inside all of these programs and the level of play.
Well, one of the cool things for the new men's coach, Mike Woodson, is he doesn't just have to try to have a good team. He can look on campus and see what you guys have all built with this program and try to make the men's side just like that. Thanks for some of the time, ladies. We'll talk to you.
We appreciate it
throughout the year. Over to you, Dave.
Mike, thanks. And that is the goal for new head coach Mike Woodson. Again, an All-American under coach Bob Knight, an NBA head coach, a couple different stops. He takes over an impressive roster that includes Trayce Jackson-Davis coming back for his junior year, very active in the transfer portal and looking to get to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2016. And very pleased to welcome Mike Woodson back to the Big Ten, along with a couple of the elder statesmen on his team, Trayce Jackson-Davis and Race Thompson. Welcome, fellas. Great to have you here. Coach, I want to start with you.
All right.
You have coached only in the NBA. You're an NBA guy. What made this a challenge that you wanted to assume?
It's back home. That was, the whole reason for me coming back to get this job. I mean, Scott, our AD, Dawson, came in and interviewed me in New York. And, yes, I've spent 34 years of my life in the NBA, but this is the only college job that I would pursue. And he came in, interviewed me, liked my pitch, and a week later he offered me the job. And it's good to be back home. It really is. It's like full circle for me.
What was your pitch?
Well, my pitch was I thought I can get this team back on top. And the only way to do that is to be able to come in and work with the players that we had. Yes, we had to go in the portal and get a few players out of that system and put them together. It's still work in progress. But I told him I thought I could change it here at Indiana University in terms of the program on both ends of the floor, because that's what it's going to take to get back on top.
Trayce and Race, I want to ask you both about Coach Woodson and his connections to Indiana. I think that's the thing that stands out, right? Is not only is he connected there, but here's a guy who played for a legendary coach who had incredible success, who was an All-American, a great player. We all know about the NBA pedigree, and I do want to talk about that. But the Indiana part of it and how personal it is to Coach Woodson, how does that come out, Trayce?
Most definitely. Coach Woodson, just even the staff that he brought in, bringing Coach Fife in, who's been at Michigan State the last 10 years, like that's just, people want to be around him. And so that was really big for us. And then having guys like Isaiah Thomas come in and talk to us, telling his stories, and then hearing, they tell it like it was yesterday, but it was really 30, 40 years ago. So it's really just crazy. But we're really glad to have him, and he's a great coach.
Old folks like us tend to do that. We wax nostalgic about things as if they were yesterday, because that's all we've got at this point in our lives, Trayce. Race, how about for you? How does it play out, kind of this IU connection and how personal it is?
Yeah, I mean, like what Trayce said, Coach Woodson came in and he made it like a family. First day he came in, he bringing us on a tour around the Assembly Hall, telling us what it's about, telling us what IU is really about. And then, again, he brings people into practice once or twice a week, Coach Fife, coaching staff. Overall, it's really just a really family vibe out here.
I love this video of you at Hoosier Hysteria, Coach.
That was fun.
What was that like?
Fun. I'd never experienced anything like that before. We didn't have it back in the day. So to be able to come out on the floor and have all the fans cheering, and it wasn't about me, really. It was about these guys.
But it's about you a little bit.
No, not
really.
But
it's got to be cool for you, right?
It was
to be
about
back
these
out on that
guys.
court, to be wearing the candy stripe pants again.
Well, I know what the candy stripe is about. It was the Kenyon Hunters, the Armand Hills, guys like that don't understand what it was about. And so I made them wear the candy stripes at night.
What was that moment like for you guys? I mean, it feels like in a weird sort of way there's kind of a rebirth here, right?
Most definitely. It's really crazy, honestly, especially since we haven't had fans in the building for like 18 months. So it's almost like a fresh restart. It's like a reset button on Indiana basketball. So, and that's how we're going to look at it. And hopefully we look at the banners every day. We look at the national or the Big Ten titles. So, and that's where we're trying to get to.
I want to ask you guys a bit about style of play. Race, give us a sense of what Indiana basketball is going to look like, particularly on the offensive end.
Just playing fast, playing together, working together to get great shots, and just playing overall. I mean, it really starts on defensive end for us. As long as we play defense, we get to have fun on offense. So that's really our mindset. So as long as we play hard on defense, Coach Woodson said we get to go play offense, we get to have fun.
How does that jive with your message? He hearing what you're saying?
He's right on line in terms of my approach. I've always felt as a coach, if you can build a defensive system and these guys really buy in, you put yourself in position to win ball games. Offensively, anybody can play offense. If you're unselfish, yes, you still got to make shots and put the ball in the hole, but we can't be a selfish team offensively. We got to share it. We don't have a lot of superstars, but we got one big superstar and this big hunk over here, and we got a bunch of supporting cast that I think that's got to be ready to play when called upon. The races, I think, has picked it up this year in terms of practice, and a lot of guys are moving in the right directions. I like Rob Fennessy and the things that he's done, the Galloways and the Geronimos and Anthony Lee. These guys are all starting to pick it up.
Why's your guy next to you laughing? What are you laughing
because
about?
He knows exactly where I'm coming from when it comes to that. But I like the style of play that we've implemented, and these guys are working. They're doing everything we've asked them to do, and that's all from a coaching standpoint you can ask for.
Trayce, what are you thinking right now?
I agree, 100%. He said Geronimo, and Geronimo's brought it to another level, especially in the last 2-3 weeks. He's really stepped it up. So he's really coming into his own, and he's going to really make a big impact on our team. So,
Race, who else has stood out? Guys, maybe that can make a jump.
I'd say Anthony Little, Christian Lander. I think really everybody's made a jump. I mean, we committed ourselves to this team, to the program, and I'd say this year is really different. We got people putting in more work than they've ever put in. I mean, overall, it's just been fun. Everybody's pushing each other to get better every single day.
Trayce was talking about bringing Dane Fife back to the program, someone who obviously everyone involved in the Big Ten knows quite well and has done a tremendous job at Michigan State, but of course most associated with playing in Indiana and the glory years there. Why was it important to you to bring Dane back?
Well, again, the first thing I looked at, yes, he played at Indiana and he knows what it's about, but his leadership under Tom Izzo. You know what I mean? All the years he worked for Tom and the success that they've had over the years, I thought could really help us. And he's been a nice addition to our staff, along with Kenyon Hunter and Coach Rosemont and Armand Hill and Thad Mata, who's...
Yeah, I'm interested. I wanted to ask you about his role. What's Thad's role going to be?
Well, Thad works for the AD, but he also has been very instrumental in giving me input on college basketball. He's had great success at Ohio State, and I would be foolish not to pick him. I'm always picking all the coaches. You know, they probably think I'm crazy as hell, but that's what we do in terms of, you know, trying to get information, trying to learn, and get better as a ball club. So he sits in all of my meetings, and we talk basketball. That's very healthy and good for me.
He knows a little bit about that topic
Sure he
and
does.
about winning in the Big Ten, that's for sure. Mike Woodson, Trayce Jackson-Davis, Race Thompson, thank you very much, guys. Best of luck this year.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Dave.